Hello everyone, welcome to my very first YouTube video. I'm your host Jude Stephen and I'm here to discuss about what is regulatory affairs. I was an intern purifying insulins and halfway through I hit a problem most interns would kill for. I finished my project early and still left with 3 months of time. I'm at a coffee break discussing with my senior what to do next. I'm genuinely lost. So during this conversation, I met my future manager. She was just walking past through us and she hears our conversation and she stops. She looks at me and she says, "Come give an interview for internship in her department." Here's the embarrassing part. I said yes to a department I didn't even know existed that instant. I never heard a word called regulatory affairs. I discussed with my seniors, my managers. They told me regulatory affairs share some documents that was submitted to different countries. Nobody told me what it really entitles. So that very accident became my career completely. It's been 10 years. I worked in multiple pharma companies, various service organizations, taking drugs from lab to the market. And here's what made me to want to make this video for you guys. I hear various students from different colleges in LinkedIn and even through my professors reach out to me asking me what is regulatory affairs and that they are genuinely interested to go in. But the truth is, I've seen even experienced people with 10 to 15 years still struggling to break into regulatory affairs. I feel really bad to tell them that a certificate is not a golden ticket for them to break in. Let's come back to the story. So I go to this interview not knowing what is regulatory affairs and sit to discuss whether I can get this job. My managers look at my profile. Across my bachelor's and in my master's, I worked in cancers, human insulins, and neurological disorders, a wide sweep of drug and diseases. And on the sites, I also published few blogs, just putting together my thoughts. I never knew that would be a valuable addition to my skill set, and it helped me to crack this interview. However, I had a dream. I still do. I want to start my own pharma company, and that led to ask this naive question to my interviewers at the end of the interview. Why would I leave R&D when I wanted to start my own pharma company? And my manager gave this line that helped me change my mindset and the career completely. In R&D, you will master one single process, how a particular process is done, or it helps in developing the drug. Whereas in regulatory, you'll see the entire life of a drug, how it is conceived, built in a lab, tested, marketed, and if you are lucky, you may even see how it is taken off the market completely when its time is done. So, what is regulatory affairs? Imagine a drug is a traveler who wants to enter various countries, who wants to travel across the countries. It can't just walk past it. Every country has a border, and in that border sits an authority. When in a medical term, that authority is your health authority. In US, it's the famous FDA. In India, it is DCGI. Each of these authorities has its own thick rule book. What tests you should show, in what format it should show, and if, at every single stage, what all can be permissible and what not. The rule book in America can never holds water in India. So the traveler needs visa to enter into the country. In our word, this visa is called as marketing approval. Regulatory affairs is the team that gets that approval. We are the people know every rule book of the country, help the company build this drug, make sure the data fits those rules, and we also make sure there are no gaps and if can be permissible or not. When the rule book is unclear, we reach out to these authorities to make sure that we are putting forth the best argument ever. No regulatory, no approval, even the best drug in the world will never reach a single patient. We are not just a paperwork, we are the gateway. Now, here's what many people get it wrong. They think regulatory affairs is one single job. It's not. It's a whole city of a specialized roles. Let me keep a travel analogy and show four major parts of regulatory. The first is your regulatory strategy. You don't apply everywhere at once, right? You travel to a border, sometimes which is cheaper. Maybe sometimes it's faster to get it. Sometimes it's more prestigious. The regulatory strategy decides this order, which market to target first, based on the cost, timeline, and how fast you get the response. It's more like a chess game. Then comes your regulatory intelligence. Rule book of each countries keep changing and it's constant. Regulatory intelligence is the team that tracks these authorities' guidelines and help to make a better strategy so that the company is not playing a chess blindly. Then comes your regulatory operations and your publishing. The visa application for a drug isn't just one single form. It's a massive, precisely formatted file, and we call it as a dossier. It's a thousands of pages assembled together, published in each authority's exact spec. Get the format wrong, and nobody is even going to look at the signs before they reject it. So, four roles, four completely different skill sets: a strategist, a researcher, a compiler, a technical publisher. And that's not even all of them. So, someone says, I want to get into regulatory. My first question is, into which part? Because you can't aim at a target you can't see. If you are a student who's about to spend your savings on a regulatory course, here's the truth that nobody is telling you. A certificate does not guarantee the entry. It genuinely takes skills plus luck. I won't pretend that luck is not real. My doorway into this regulatory was through accident. But luck favors the prepared. So before you pay anyone, figure out which stream fits you well. Build a range, learn to write, then a course might sharpen you instead of just emptying your wallet. That's the whole map. Regulatory affairs, the team that gets a medicine, its visa into the world, is made of strategists, intelligence gatherer, and dossier builders, each craft of its own. In next episode, I open the door into one of this map. We deep dive into these streams, what they actually do all day, and what it takes to get into particular field. If you have ever been confused about this field or someone sold you a course before they sold you the truth, subscribe and stick around. I'm your host, Jude Stephen. See you in the next one.